Hey, this is Marilyn Gigliotti.
Hey, this is Brian O'Halloran.
Hey, everybody. My name is Scott Schiaffo, actor best known as the Chulies Gum Guy from the film Clerks.
And welcome to Clerks Minute.
You're listening to Clerks Minute.
And I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Hi, this is Mike Zapsik from AMC's Comic Book Man, the podcast I Sell Comics, and the Ming and Mike Show. And you're listening to Clerks Minute. What's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Man. You got a minute? Good, because you're listening to Clerks Minute.
Hey, this is Walt Flanagan, the Lon Chaney of the 90s, and you are listening to Clerks Minute.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Clerks Minute, the show where we look back at 1994 Kevin Smith classic, one raging Randall, minute at a time. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
And wow, on Monday we were talking about Veronica rage, and now and then we had the food fight with Crystal Beth, and now we're back in Randall rage. Holy shit! And this is even crazier because we just had a massive food fight, and they're sitting in a pile of wasted food and candy. Yeah. That's the first problem I have here. It's just a waste of food. It really is. Funny part about this,
Wait, are you shedding a tear?
A little bit. Look at all the candy. Like, I had to give up candy for Lent. Look at all this candy. Like, when I recorded the episode with Crystal, it was during Lent, and I couldn't eat any of this. Like, it was weird.
Yeah, I had to keep you from licking the screen.
So. But anyway, my funny part about this, I don't remember how I brought this up with Crystal. I may have, but I'll repeat it anyway. This is they did this right at the end of their shoot, and they had literally an hour to clean this whole mess up before the store opened. They had an hour, which is funny as hell to me. Yeah. So this is the last thing they shot on one of the last days. But they had an hour to clean up because they were like 5 a.m. when they were done, and they had an hour to clean up before the stores opened. Before the owner showed up, like, oh fuck, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, oh shit. So here we go. When we last left you, well, me and Crystal last left you. Dante was talking about how pretty much Randall pissed him off, and we start the scene with "What's your encore?" Do you anally rape my mother while pouring sugar into my gas tank? What? What? That's such a long way to go from you ruined our relationship. Like, you start with, okay, fine, you told my girlfriend that I may have been cheating on her, and the next thing you anally rape my mom? Like how do you
while pouring sugar into his gas tank?
How do you jump there? Like, that's a definitely massive jump. Like, I don't understand.
It's the domino effect.
That's a really large domino. Wow. And then we have Dante. You know what the real tragedy is? I'm not even supposed to be here today. And then you were telling me to look at Randall. Why are you telling me this?
Watch Randall throughout Dante's entire spiel, because you just see the slow burn.
Yeah, that might end up being the caption for this episode, because you were pointing it out to me as we were watching the scene. And I'm like, wow, you're right. It's acting. Yeah.
From a guy who wasn't a trained actor.
Yeah, he shows the most acting props since Marilyn might be the only real actor in this whole end of this movie.
Yeah.
And Jeff Anderson pulls off this role like, oh shit, I'm done. This is the pissed off best friend, like, fuck you, I'm done. So here we go. And I love reading these rants because they make me laugh. I love reading these rants. People wondering why I'm reading the script so much, because I love these rants. And there is some cut dialogue, too, so that's even more fun. All right. Like always, I will pause if you want to jump in. Here we go. Fuck you. Fuck you, pal. Listen, I'm listening to you trying to pass the buck again.
Well, he's right.
I'm the source of all your misery. Who closed the store to play hockey?
Dante.
Who closed the store to attend a wake?
Dante.
Who tried to win back his ex-girlfriend without even discussing how he felt about his present one?
Dante.
And this is, by the way, Randall just throw something at him during that, too. Yeah. You want to blame someone? Blame yourself!
Oh my god, the junkie and the slacker are the ones that actually make the most sense here.
It is so true. It's absolutely accurate at this point. And I love him mocking Dante. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
That was funny. You sound like an asshole.
Oh, he does.
Wow, whose choice was it to be here today? And this is actually, the lines in here are a little mixed up than what's on the screen, but whatever, I'll read them how it is in the script. Nobody twisted your arm. You're here today on your own volition, but you'd like to believe that the weight of the world rests on your shoulders, that this store would crumble if Dante wasn't here.
Yeah, I have to point out that, if they call me in to work, I'd go in, but that's more out of a fear that if I refuse that I'll be out of a job.
Technically, they can't fire you for that because it's overtime. Technically.
But even then, still, it's kind of
technically. But the fact of the matter in this situation, Dante, the next point does make a balance point. It's just cut off. We'll talk about it in the next minute. Okay. But, where is it? This store, what's about without you? Okay, here it is. Well, I got news for you, jerk. This store would survive without you. Without me either. All you do is overcompensate for having what's basically a monkey's job. You push fucking buttons.
Actually, I'd like to say that janitorial work is a monkey's job, too. All you need to do is just train a monkey to push a broom.
But you know what, though? Janitorial work might actually be harder than pushing buttons in a convenience store. I'm not going to lie. You have to actually move around a whole lot more to do our job than to do this. Let's be honest here. You know what I mean?
Well, the other thing you'd have to do is train the monkey not to fling poo at the guests.
That could be a whole different problem. That's a whole different problem. Then you have to clean up the poo, and then that's a problem, and then...
Yeah.
Well, everything does come down to poo. So there you go. Everything comes down to poo. Everything's from the musical now. Wow, there you go. There's the pull. There's the pull. Anyway.
You see, everything comes down to poo. From the top of your head to the sole of your shoe. We can figure out what's wrong with you by looking at your poo.
Any moron can waltz in here and do our jobs, but you're obsessed with making it seem so much more fucking important and so much more epic than it really is. You work in a convenience store, Dante. That's where it ends.
Boom.
Any thoughts?
No, he's completely right.
100% right. I mean, we're at the point of this where it's like, Randall's had enough. When you've reached Randall's line, there's an issue.
Although there is one little thing that I will say.
Go for it.
Go with Dante on this one.
Go for it.
He was told that he'd be off at 12.
Valid. Absolutely valid. That's the one thing that is missing from this, that he was told one thing and something else happened.
And, the boss decided to go to Vermont without telling him.
Yeah, that is the one other problem. It's the only issue at this point.
Yeah.
But the only thing working in Dante's favor is the fact that this has been a lot longer than he expected to be here.
Yeah.
Because you're right. When this day started, he only came in for a half a day.
Yeah.
Only was planning to come in for a half a day. And if that's the case, and he was out of here by noon, he'd be a lot happier.
And he'd still have Veronica.
We'll have Veronica, and who knows if they'd be still playing hockey. They'd be still playing hockey at this point. Who knows? But no, he didn't come in, and then that's where all hell broke loose. And that's where we are now. So, no, I have to agree. But the funny part is that Randal making the most sense. But you know what? It's not as surprising as Jay, because Jay didn't say much this whole movie. Randal, the last good half an hour, has made the most sense out of any character in this movie because he's kind of straight. He's being a very good best friend at this point. Because sometimes you just get your best friend gets to the point where he snaps on you. This has recently happened with a buddy of mine recently, where we both got to a point where we had a snap on each other. We had a fight. Now we're good. I mean, it happens. Yeah. That's what best friends do. You fight, and then you move on. Yeah. That's life. That's called being an adult. That's called an adult friendship, people. Yeah. That's how it works. This isn't high school. You don't just tell each other off, and then you're done. So, overall, though, this is fun. I love reading rants. I love reading the rants. It's so much more fun to discuss the stupidity that is Dante in this movie now. And he's being called out for all of his shit. Yeah. All of his shit now at the end of this. That's all we're doing now is calling Dante out on his shit. So, that being said, you got anything else or want to move on?
Oh, no. This is beautiful.
Because we still got more. Randall's still got more to say, and we'll talk about that in our next episode.
He ain't done yet.
We'll be back on Monday to wrap all of this up because, actually, we'll be back on Monday to start our final week of regular minutes before the credits.
Yay!
Holy shit! I just realized that. Holy shit! We're in our last week before the credits.
And there was much rejoicing. Hooray!
So, well, join us Monday as we wrap up the first season of Clerks Minute pre-credits. How crazy is this? We're here. We're at the end. Wow, it's really exciting. I now understand why people that do these kind of shows get so excited. Like the last 2 weeks of production, it's really, really cool. So, all that being said, we're part of the Filling the Void Podcast Network. Obviously, you've been listening to us, but if you're just joining us for one episode, a lot of people do that. It's Friday morning. We're here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And the whole season is here with all of our guests, and you can go back and listen to it, marathon through it. Our episodes aren't that long. We usually keep them pretty short, between 15 and 20 minutes. You can bang through them. You can binge listen to them on a plane. Go ahead and have fun with that. You're taking a flight? Binge listen to our show.
Could you on a plane? Could you on a train?
Are we talking to Caitlin or are we talking to our audience? What are we talking about here?
Actually, it could go either way.
On that note, thank you so much for tuning into our show. Thank you.
Could she in a boat? Could she with a goat?
Now we're into bestiality. We're getting out of here. Thank you all for sharing our show.
I should have saved that for the second movie.
I know. We'll get to that in the second movie. Okay, so thank you all for sharing and liking our posts on Twitter and Facebook. I know there's a lot of that, and it's really, really cool when I get alerts on my phone saying, this person liked the episode. Awesome. Thank you. And also, I also love it when people like our Facebook page and our group, because that means you're listening and you enjoy us, and I take that as a big compliment. So thank you so much for those people. And I have a feeling at the end of our show, I actually might list all the people that are in our groups, because there's a lot of people, and it's really cool, and I want to thank everybody individuals. We'll do that on our last show. Till then, though, till next week when we're hitting our last week before the credits. Thank you so much for listening to Clerks Minute. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
Have a good day, everybody.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. You sound like an asshole.
Snorting, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, rolling fatties, smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts, rolling blunts and smoking.